Your watch correct or not? Ever wondered if your time matches everyone else's? It might seem simple, but time is actually a lot more complicated than just glancing at your watch. Have you ever called a friend overseas and accidentally woke them up in the middle of the night? Paise, it's a classic mistake, and it happens because the world doesn't run on just one time. That's because time isn't the same everywhere. Every country, and sometimes even different cities, can be on a different clock. When you're eating lunch in Singapore, someone in London is just waking up and starting their day. While you're thinking about chicken rice, they're reaching for their morning coffee. The world spins, so we all get sunlight at different times. That's why sunrise and sunset happen at different hours depending on where you are. Imagine if everyone used Singapore time. New Yorkers would be working at midnight and their lunch would be in the middle of the night. It just wouldn't work. Our lives follow the sun, work in the day, rest at night. The rhythm of daily life is shaped by when the sun rises and sets. That's why every place needs its own local time. It helps everyone stay in sync with their own daylight and routines. For thousands of years, people just used the sun. When it was highest in the sky, it was noon. Simple, right? But it only worked for small towns. Every town had its own time, and it worked until the world got more connected. Trains, planes, and phones made it confusing to keep track. Suddenly, we needed a standard system to keep everything running smoothly. Imagine the chaos if every city had a different time for trains and flights. That's how we got time zones, a clever fix for a spinning planet. Now everyone knows what time it is, no matter where they are. It's a human-made solution to keep our global lives in sync, so we can connect, travel, and work together, no matter where we are in the world. So what made everyone ditch local sun time? Trains. In the 1800s, trains sped across countries, but every station had its own time. Schedules were chaos, dangerous too. A small mistake could cause a crash. In the US, there were over 300 local times. Railroads had to juggle endless timetables. Enter Sir Sanford Fleming, who missed a train and thought, let's fix this. He proposed 24 time zones, each 1 hour apart. The idea caught on fast. In 1884, 25 countries met in Washington, D.C. and agreed on a global system. They picked a starting line and mapped out the zones. This was the birth of modern time zones. Also, trains could run safely and on time. Sometimes progress is just about not missing your ride. To get time zones, think about Earth spinning like a basketball. One full spin every 24 hours gives us day and night. As Earth turns, different places face the sun. Day for some, night for others. The math, 360 degrees divided by 24 hours equals 15 degrees per hour. So, every 15 degrees of longitude is a new time zone. These zones are like orange slices, each about an hour apart. Move east, sunrise comes earlier. Move west, it's later. Time zones aren't random, they're based on Earth's rotation. This system keeps noon close to when the sun is highest wherever you are. It's order from the chaos of a spinning world. We've got 24 time zones, but where do we start counting? With so many countries and cities spread across the globe, it might seem impossible to agree on a single starting point for time. Yet, there is one place where it all begins. In 1884, world leaders gathered for the International Meridian Conference and picked the Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London, as 0 degrees longitude, the prime meridian. This decision wasn't random, it was a turning point in global cooperation. This became the starting line for all time zones, a reference point from which every other place on Earth could measure its own time. The local time there is called Greenwich Mean Time, or GMT. It's the original standard time, and for many years it was the world's most important clock. Every other time zone is set by how far ahead or behind it is from GMT. Whether you're in New York, Tokyo, or Cape Town, your local time is calculated in relation to Greenwich. For example, Singapore is GMT plus 8. That means when it's noon in Greenwich, it's already 8 p.m. in Singapore. Why Greenwich? Britain's powerful navy and its detailed maps already used Greenwich as their reference, making it the easiest and most practical choice for the world to adopt. The prime meridian splits the world east and west, just like the equator splits north and south. These invisible lines help us navigate and organize our planet. For nearly a century, GMT was the world's master clock, guiding ships across oceans and trains across continents. It unified timekeeping for sailors, scientists, and train conductors everywhere, making travel and communication much more reliable. A simple idea from a historic meeting that changed how we tell time, and brought the world a little closer together. GMT ruled for years, but then came atomic clocks, super precise, tracking the vibrations of atoms. Atomic clocks are so accurate, they'd only lose a second in 150 million years. So, scientists created a new standard coordinated universal time, or UTC. UTC is based on atomic clocks worldwide, averaged for ultimate accuracy. Your phone and computer sync to UTC. For most people, GMT and UTC are the same. Singapore is still +8. The difference? GMT is a time zone, UTC is a standard. Sometimes UTC adds a leap second to stay in sync with Earth's slightly wobbly spin. All time zones are now defined as offsets from UTC. This keeps pilots, bankers, and scientists on the same page, down to the second. It's the atomic age of timekeeping. Just when you get time zones, along comes daylight saving time, DST. Some countries move clocks forward in summer to get more evening daylight. The idea: save energy and enjoy longer evenings. DST became popular during the World Wars to conserve fuel. It works best far from the equator where daylight hours change a lot. But DST is controversial. Messing with clocks can disrupt sleep and even cause accidents. Many places have dropped DST, especially near the equator like Singapore, where days are always about the same length. Now, there's debate in Europe and the US about scrapping DST for good. Even a system meant for convenience can be a real headache. Timekeeping is never as simple as it seems. Most time zones are neat, but the world is full of odd exceptions. While the idea of dividing the planet into 24 equal slices sounds simple, reality is much messier. Time zones are shaped by history, politics, and even a bit of national pride. Take Nepal, for example. Its time is UTC plus 5 hours and 45 minutes, a quirky offset chosen to stand out from neighboring India and to foster a sense of national identity. This unique time zone is a symbol of independence, and it's one of the only 45-minute offsets in the world. Then there's China, a vast country that geographically spans 5 time zones, but officially uses just one, Beijing time. This means that from the eastern coast to the far western deserts, everyone sets their clocks the same. In western China, sunrise can be hours after the clock says morning. People might start their day in darkness, just to stay in sync with the capital. It's a daily reminder of how time can be political, not just practical. Some places use half-hour zones like India and parts of Australia to better match local solar time. These half-hour and even 45-minute offsets help communities keep their schedules closer to the sun, even if it confuses travelers. The International Dateline is another oddity. It zigzags wildly through the Pacific Ocean, bending around islands and countries to keep them on the same calendar day as their neighbors. This line is less about geography and more about convenience. In 2011, Samoa made headlines by jumping a whole day forward, skipping December 30th entirely, to align its work week with major trading partners like Australia and New Zealand. It was a bold move that shows how time can be changed for economic reasons. These quirks show that time zones are shaped by politics, geography, and identity, not just science. Every country, and sometimes even regions within countries, make choices about time that reflect their values and relationships. The result is a patchwork of compromises and creativity, a system that's as much about people as it is about the planet's rotation. Time zones connect our global world, making international travel and business possible, even if the system isn't perfect. They help us coordinate flights, meetings, and even phone calls across continents. They're a reminder that time is both a science and a story we write together. Behind every clock is a tale of compromise, innovation, and sometimes, a little bit of stubbornness. Wherever you are, you're part of this invisible framework that keeps the world ticking. One that's constantly evolving, shaped by the needs and dreams of people everywhere.